Hello guys and welcome back to World of Warship and to Let's Talk Carriers. And today guys, this replay, it's actually from a new player. He only have 50 wins in under his belt. So I repeat guys, this captain, it's not a seal clubber captain. He only played this game for a short time. Altogether, this battle he had 50 win games only. However, this, ladies and gents, we have a huge pleasure to watch this awesome captain, Ben Gunn from AU. And guys, the matchmaking is brutal. Three carriers, and they are all top dogs. Guys, this replay also is this player's highest damage ever. Of all ships he ever played, this is by far the highest. Now, guys, for someone who does not know in low tier, probably you guys only play high tiers, Wargame decided to buff the Japanese and US tier 4 carriers by 50%. Or sorry, plus 100%. So instead of one torpedo, they have right now 2 torpedoes. But remember, the Kiwachi and all other tier 4 and tier 3 battleships has close to 0 in AA protection. The first drop was, it was what it was, nothing crazy. Something else, guys, I would like to very much pay attention. I saw a video about iChases that he said that unlimited torpedo power about this Japanese Hosho, which is literally by far the best tier 4 carrier, and thanks to this torpedo, close to 8,391 damage the first drop. The second drop. I can definitely see that he is not a pro. I would definitely turn the planes and trying to attack from a different angle. So I definitely can confirm I am a CV captain. I know exactly what I'm talking about. But the biggest problem that I do have, that kind of iChase forgot to mention why it's so damn enjoyable to play the tier 4 carrier, and why are you so damn strong? Just certainly. And the answer is that at tier 4, guys, you never face any tier 6 ships. None. You do not have this +2 in matchmaking. You do not have ships with planes, for crying out loud. Even, let's say, my just give you example, the tier 6 Dunkirk, which has lousy bad AA, but it has one sting and one huge defend. I'm talking about that particular battleship. It's the fighter consumable. At tier 3, tier 4, and hell, even some tier 5, I don't believe there is any ship with fighters consumable, which literally it's the only way they can defend themselves. And the thing is, guys, at tier 4, because this is the weird for me, Wargame decided to buff their torpedo armament bus. Instead of one torpedo, 2 torpedoes. At this low tier, there are kind of a new players. They don't know how to play or how to use O key. That's the only way for them to somehow survive. And something else, guys, and this is the biggest problem, this tier 4 never faced +2 in matchmaking, only +1, -1. However, you cannot say the same thing with tier 8 and especially tier 6 carrier. Then you are sometimes mixed up with other tier 8 carriers and your tier 6 carrier. Of course you will struggle, because there isn't no way in hell that you tier 6 carrier, I repeat, there's no way in hell you tier 6 carrier can just go and strike a tier 8 carrier, because the tier 8 carrier overall, you don't have to spec anything crazy, has such a crazy good AA, and of course you also have the carrier also have the fighter consumable. You will literally never gonna strike. Sure, you can strike, but you will lose all the planes, instantly lose all the planes. And something else, guys, a tier 6 carrier, if you're facing tier 8 like USS Massachusetts, like USS Kidd, well, USS Kidd alone can take all the squad. That premium destroyer was supposed to be your target. It's not. It's the other way around. The Kidd will kill you, all your plane in the entire game. Literally, you are carrier, you are a food by this destroyer. I do believe there are quite a few video on the YouTube that you can definitely see a USS Kidd take down 100 planes from tier 8 carriers. Something also else kind of strange, I do have the Lexiton's torpedo drop. When you, let's say, engaging a Kreml or a Yamato, you do for one single torpedo hit around between 3 and maximum 4,000 damage. This is how much one torpedo hit is in damage. This thing, this does more damage than a Lexington, tier 8 Lexington, if it hits any target. So for me, just like that, guys, it's overpowered or brutal. For me, I don't understand wargaming. Why the hell you do more damage in a tier 4 torpedo drop? I know it's a Japanese and they supposed to be this gimmick, but guys, if you are a tier 8 carrier and you do a torpedo hit cause less damage and almost never put your enemy on flood, then it's a problem. Because the thing is, a tier 8 carrier, guys, cannot alone shoot and kill a full HP Yamato or Kreml. Even though he will target the battleship for the entire 20 minutes. Yes. But on this low tier, tier 4, the player are once new, they are, shall I say, bad in AA, and you never lose one goddamn plane. Probably you lose altogether 5 or 6 plane in the entire 20 minutes. But here's the deal, guys. If you're facing a USS Kidd in a tier 8, or tier 6 carrier, you will instantly lose the whole squad in seconds. So what I'm trying to say is that depend on what kind of ships you're facing, like Clevelands and, you know, Worcesters and stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is that you always lose buttloads of plane, and it's very hard, very hard for carrier to strike another carrier. However, I would like to say in the last patch with this O, it's a whole lot easier to kill another carrier. Is because that before this latest patch, if I'm selling from one place to another, I just make sure that I have my AA on one side and I don't bother with my carrier for the entire game, literally only when I change side. And then I have the strongest AA if someone, let's say a cruiser, or sorry, a carrier wants to strike me from that side. Now it's a whole lot easier to strike enemy carriers. But at this low tier, guys, for me, by the way, this captain already have 21 torpedo hits and 80,000 damage so far. Those torpedo from this low tier, it's broken because it's very high chance to put your enemy on fire, and does huge amount of damage. You have do 10,000 damage, guys, close to that, and nobody, and I mean even you battleship tier 3, tier 4 battleship can afford to take 10,000 damage one drop, and then the enemy squad does not lose a damn plane. That it's the brutal power. And something else, and this is the beyond my understanding, tier 4 carrier never face +2, -2 in matchmaking. That's the thing, guys. Once again, I'm saying you guys, once again, the tier 4 never face +2, -2 in matchmaking. And I believe, guys, without saying too much, this should be even, especially at tier 6. Wargaming decided to sell and makes couple million US dollars to sell some premium carriers. I would like to say, guys, don't bother, don't forget it, because the matchmaking, it's extremely brutal when you, my dear subscriber, or have a premium tier 6 or tier 8 carry, and then you face your underdog. Yeah, and you're gonna struggle as hell. And something also else I kind of forgot to mention, Wargaming the nerf the speed and speed boost of all carriers in the past 2 patches ago, so you do not have the speed or ability to do more damage. Your plane are slower, and what I'm trying to say is that literally you'll be happy if some games you do have like 30,000 damage. I remember one, it was really bad game. I do believe the entire game with my tier 8 carrier I did less than 20,000 damage. Why? Because I was the only tier 8 ship. Every single one of them, they were tier 9, tier 10. And what is brutal, the Wargame is supposed to, oh man, you're supposed to kill all the destroyers. The destroyers actually have a huge advantage when they are spotted only within 2 kilometers. They can press P, stop their AA, and when they have like the perfect angle, perfect everything, you know, they press O, and this new O makes all your plane vanish and disappeared in second if that destroyer have advanced firing training, BFT, and you know, the Akizuki Kitakaze style and so on. And just like that, guys, we have 107,000 damage, 27 planes hit, and we are just started. So guys, this is one heck of a good damage, even if let's say tier 8 battle. Yes, I do believe so. And now this captain, and literally, guys, I'm not joking what I'm saying right now, this captain is a new player. He only have 15 wins altogether. He have Confederate and High Caliber, but it also depends of the planes, guys. For me, midways planes at tier 10, it's a goddamn joke. I remember the first time Wargaming had midways with jets. You will literally death strike any ship in this game, even a damn Montana, with 3 squads. You pop so much torpedo, and the torpedo back them did whopping damage, not this pew-pew bullshit, 3,000 to 4,000 damage. This is how much midway does in this patch. 3,000 to 4,000 damage. I'm talking a US joke torpedo drop. Absolutely hilarious. For me, guys, seriously, the Hosho, in my honest opinion, it's too strong. The midway, it's too goddamn weak. In today's live server, that you will struggle a lot. I have seen many times that the enemy CV or the friendly CV lost more than 100 planes in one battle. I don't know exactly, guys, how many planes this captain lost, but not a whole lot, to be honest with you. And the only way you lost it, it's when you're attacking another CV. The biggest problem is that it's low tier, it's one-sided. What I'm trying to say is that your team wins too easy or your team lose too fast. So that's the reason you do not have actually time to target your enemy, and you do not have sometimes time, because the whole game, it's ended in the first 10 minutes. That's the thing. And the map are too damn small, so a destroyer can come from their capping point all the way to you in you know, couple first minute, and you have very hard to disengage, because at tier 4 you don't have any kind of a speed and no way to defend. You don't have any secondary and stuff like that. So the thing is that to be able to do good amount of damage, your team has to be too strong but not too weak either. It's the most ideal. It's that when you and the enemy team are damn equal, then you have time enough to do damage towards any surfer ship in this game. And I believe, guys, the economy, it's not fair. Why a tier 6 should face tier 8 ships, and tier 8 carriers should face tier 10. I believe, without saying too much, that it's not balanced. The CV rework for wargaming of some very strange range, they are too strong at tier 4, and I see a lot of time people struggle and kind of frustration. Even me, when I'm taking my Giulio Cesare, I feel a little bit frustration when I facing 2 carriers, even though they are only tier 4 carrier, but it's a pain in the ass. Not so easy to strike me because that ship, it's broken agile. It's one of the agile and best turning radius battleship in this game with crap AA. Don't get me wrong, you still have to dodge left and right. However, in this game, the CV was top dog. And of course, guys, this is no-brainer. The biggest AA threat from this captain, it's actually the enemy CV, thanks to their fighters consumable, you know. And same thing goes, guys, to fighters consumable. I should pay attention to wargaming that they have to goddamn change the consumable to last a little bit longer. And shall I say, area, I'm talking about the 7,142,000 damage, almost wrecked this Langley and caused flood. So you can help your team by using the consumable in better way, and to do that you have to have a little bit bigger AA, shall I say, fighters area. You have to understand what I'm trying to say, and at the same time a little bit longer preparation time, or not preparation time, I'm talking about defending the especially cap. So yeah, it needs to be some buff to the fighters consumable from care, so you can help your team a little bit better. Now, of course, you may argue that sometimes, guys, you can have a ridiculous good game in tier 6, but most of the time, because of their quite a few tier 7 and tier 8 ships almost overpower in AA, you struggle as hell. But this damage, guys, 126, that is not normal. It shouldn't be in the game. It's absolutely broken, because even though if you have take your best battleship and trying to do 130,000 damage at low tier, it almost never gonna happen, because there isn't so much HP pool around. And even though you do whopping damage when you're a battleship, you cannot constantly do this damage every single battle. That's the thing. But once again, guys, in this CV meta with small map, even though the torpedo bombers and the speed are kind of a meh, talking about low speed, because of the map's size, you are there in just seconds, and that is the biggest problem. A surfer ship cannot just vanish, disappear. You know exactly what that destroy is, more or less, and you have almost unlimited with planes, and they do tier for tier more damage than it should. Guys, in a tier 6 carrier, you have to be one heck of a dude to do 130,000 damage in a tier 6 and shooting tier 7 and tier 6 planes with a lot of HP pool. But man, just look at this 40 seconds, and I do believe this enemy Hosho is kind of screwed, especially when there's 2 CV. Oh, just look at that. Once again, close to 8,000 damage, one single drop. And he does not lose one single planes. But this, guys, the AA power for tier 6 carry, if I was a tier 6 carry engaged now, I will lose instantly all my plane, just like that. But over here you don't. And that it's broken, that it's absolutely overpowered. And same thing, guys, that there's a lot of new players, and the new player does not know this game how you and me know. So that's the biggest problem. Guys, thanks for watching, and always, captains, fair seas and goodbye.